Hi, everyone. Welcome to our foot soak evening. My name's Betty Cooper. I do know quite a few of you around the country. If you're new tonight, I may not know you yet, but I hope to meet you. I hope that you will enjoy being with us and having a foot soak. This is what we do at the end of the day to unload all the things we've picked up. So please be comfortable. We're going to put our feet in the water in just a moment. Just want to say just a couple of things about how I found out about this Sahaja Yoga years ago, over 30 years ago now. I was doing what probably a lot of you have done or are still doing. I was raised in a Christian church, went every Sunday. In our small town, that was the thing to do. And had a lot of respect for it. However, there was still something missing because there was a lot of hypocrisy and there was a lot of things that any of you who have been part of Christian churches probably can enumerate as well as I. So I won't get into it, but I think that most of us have tried many types of seeking. I know I went from there. I tried Hatha Yoga, which was fun, but didn't really do the trick. And then I actually tried another kind of yoga, which was more with Zen and Zen Buddhism. And that was good too. But there was still something missing. And so once I met Srimataji, she was just able to take away that longing for something more. And that's part of why we want to have these sessions with you all today. We want to introduce you to the foot soak if it's new for you. If it's not new, then you already know the value of it. But as you saw on the slide, I think everyone's prepared their water. And I'm going to actually sit down now so that I can do the foot soak with you, okay? And we're going to just be comfortable and we're going to sit. Going to place our feet into the foot soak. And there is a particular thing that we like to do in the beginning, which is to give it what's called a bandhan. So just take your hand and do a circular motion just in the air above that water and put your 2 feet into the water. Just relax. We're entering into a time that has a lot to do with Ganesha, who is one of the lower chakra. So we're going to say a couple of very simple mantras. And just listen if you haven't done this before. If you know the mantra, please say it with me. Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. We also want to just vibrate the water. So there is a particular chakra that you can say for vibrating foot soak water, which is Samudra Devata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Samudra Devata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Just vibrate that water. You see on your screen a picture of my altar that has Srimataji on it, and also picture, I think, of Srimataji herself, a full screen picture. So you may be getting two, or you may have one. I'm not quite sure. But just so you know that this is our way of unloading from the day all the things that have been stressful, all the things that have taken us away from our center. So we're going to let this water and the salt pull out of us the negativities. There is a way that we can raise this energy. If you have done this before, feel free. If you have not done it, it's very simple. You just take your hands and it's like you're climbing a mountain. You're going up and up and up. And over the top of your head, you tie it once. You do this again. You tie it twice. And you do it a third time. And you tie it 3. And then we're going to do an arc of protection 7 times around our body. So take your right hand to your left hip, and go above your head to your right hip, and then back. And that is 1. We're going to do that 7 times. And again, for anyone who is new at this, the reason we do those 3 times in the beginning where we raised that energy and tied it, first once, then twice, then 3 times, is because there are 3 energy channels that we work with. There's the left side, there's the right side, and there is the central side. The central is when you are in balance, and that's where it's good to be. Doing the foot soak can help you to get into that balance. Another way to help that is to take our hands and place them open on our lap, and then take the right hand and point it towards the floor. Just relax. You're going to clear your left side by doing this. When both the hands start to feel equal, looking back on your lap, facing upwards, perhaps you feel something not quite right in your right side. So take your left hand and hold it up about your elbow, turn backwards. Then we can go ahead and put that hand back on our lap. Just relax. And you will know when it's time to take your feet out. For some people, this is the time now that you can take your feet out of the water and dry them off. For others, if you're still feeling any tingling in your fingers or even in your feet yourself, leave the feet in for just a few minutes more. But each of us has our own system, and so this can vary just a little bit according to what you picked up today, what you need to discharge, and maybe how new you are to doing this type of procedure. So again, if you feel like you're finished, you can go ahead and pour water, the clean water, over your feet, and you can use your towel to towel off and then just push that to the side. If you're still feeling that you're still tingling or you just don't feel ready, it's perfectly fine to leave it in for just a little few minutes longer. You don't want to use that water for anything else. It has to be completely gotten rid of, just flushed down the toilet. You don't want to, put it on your plants, anything of that nature. No, you're going to take that after this session is entirely over. We'll take that and dump it down the toilet, flush it away, forget about it. But let's, while we're seated here together, we have a few more minutes. So let's do just a tune-up of our different chakras. So on our lower area, where the leg meets the torso, go ahead and take your right hand and put it on the left side. And here you are at your Swadhisthana chakra. This is a very important chakra. And what it can do is that it helps you to become thoughtless, definitely, but it also helps you to be creative. So all of us have things that we have to do creative work around. It could be artistic things. It could also just be solving problems. Every person in this complicated life has things that they need help with from this chakra. And this is within each one of us. And this is the chakra that you will want to rely on to help you for seeing and understanding the innocence and the creativity that it takes to clear that area, and also just for the whole rest of you. Then we're going to move up a little bit. We're going to place our hand right near the navel. This area has to do with the pure primordial masters, those people who came on the earth to give pure knowledge, to give us mastery. And we can invoke that within ourselves. We can all become our own pure master so that we know the truth, the pure truth. So if you want to put your hand right across the navel, that is that area. Then we're going to move our hand up to our heart. Now, on the heart, we have left heart, which deals with the mothering love. We have the central heart in the center, which deals with fearlessness, being brave, with it's where, when we were young children, our antibodies were created. And then there's also the right heart. If you put our left hand on the right heart, that is the area that deals with the masculine part of the heart, like the father part of the heart that helps with our responsibility, with taking care of things, with being reliable, being responsible. And all of us have all three of these centers. The heart is particularly easy to demonstrate because the mother on the left, the father on the right, and then the central channel for the bravery and for overcoming different kinds of diseases and things in that central channel. Now we're going to raise our hand up a little further, and we're going to place it on our neck. This area deals with the Vishuddhi chakra. And as you all know, those of you who've been with us for a while, this was a very interesting time for the Vishuddhi chakra. We just had Krishna Puja, which deals with this Vishuddhi. Has to do with collectivity in the beginning and with communication. In the beginning of our meeting tonight, we played a song called Collectivity that was done by some realized souls from Chicago. They have a group called Somewhere in the Middle. And the name of that song that they played was Collectivity. Was debuted this past weekend because it was a time when we recognized that center and we worked on that center. So here is where communications and the collectivity are centered. Now, if you take your hand, your right hand, and put it on your left side of your neck and turn your head to the right, this is the area that deals with guilt. And when Srimataji was here in the United States, that was one of the things she talked about, that guilt is one of our biggest problems here, that we are so guilty for anything. We spill a cup of coffee, we think we've done a terrible, terrible thing. So she talked to us about the idea that we need to forgive ourselves and to not be guilty. And in fact, she told us to say to ourselves 16 times, because this chakra has 16 petals, I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. So if you would just say that to yourself, I am not guilty. I'm not guilty at all. I am not guilty. And then you would take your hand and just put it across your forehead and bow your head down. This area is the area that deals with forgiveness and with anger. It is so hard to be at peace if you have anger within you. So what you have to do is you have to forgive. You have to just forgive everyone in general. Don't have to count who it is or what they've done, nothing of that nature. Just forgive everyone in general. Just say, I forgive, and mean it. I forgive. And then take your hand and move it to the top of your head. And here in the area that was a soft spot when we were a baby, the area where there's the fontanelle bone. You want to just rotate 7 times in a clockwise direction. Just rotate that area and say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. And when you're done, you can lift your hand up above and see what you feel. This is a very short time we have together, so we'll conclude by just, as we did in the beginning, raising our Kundalini. That Kundalini is inherent in every one of us. It usually is dormant in the sacrum bone, but we can raise it and we can have it be part of our lives. So just take your hands again and go one over the other, up to the top of the head. Tie that up once. Tie it twice. Then go again and tie it 3 times. So that's for the 3 channels. And now let's put on our protection for each of the 7 chakras. So right hand to the left hip, over to the right hip, and back. Thank you, Mother, for giving us this time that we could be together and for showing us a way of living, a collective way of having brothers and sisters around the country and around the world. Thank you, Srimataji. Jai Srimataji. There is a short video that was done by the Brazilian collective that is lovely, that we will play for the outtake here, for the ending. If you have time to listen, please listen. If not, we'll see you next time. Jai Srimataji.